Well, after a couple of weeks away for our break between the seasons, we're back in action with a new season, a new calendar, and a lot of hungry drivers looking to stand on top of the castle itself and be the World Driver Champion, and the teams scrambling to look to see who will become the Constructors Champions. Who will get it done over the course of this 20-week season, starting here tonight on November 15th of 2025 and ending in April of 2026. Well, we kick it off with our season opener. This is RPL Formula 1, the season opener of Season 14 of Tier 1. Ty and Ironwolf on hand once again for comms tonight, and we have a banger in store for this opening round. 20 drivers on the field to take to the track to see who will draw first blood in this championship run. Will it be the defending champion Cookie, looking to go for 3 championships in his career in Tier 1? Or will someone else make that move, like Edvin, Raphael, or Willow? Anyone can go for a shot here. This is going to be a doozy here. So right now we have 19 in hand. One person trying to rejoin is Florian in Williams. But let's take a look at our field. So we have Gecko in the Mercedes. We have Cam, and I cannot say this. I cannot say this with a straight face. So I'm just gonna call him Raphael. He's in those two are in the Ferrari. We have Skither in the other Mercedes. Cookie in McLaren. Edvin, Red Bull. Torn Penguin, Aston. Fusion, V-Carb. Alan J and Goat Lee. Haas, SV. Jack Miles in Sauber. Maxwell and soon a return, Florian into Williams. Beatnik and Reese in the Alpine. Alex Norris in the other Aston. TB returning and in the other V-Carb. Andrea in the other Red Bull. And Willow in the other McLaren. We have some cars coming out onto the circuit and getting their rolls and heading off to the sunset here at this phenomenal track that is the Bahrain International Circuit. 15 corners, 9 to the right and 6 to the left, with 3 DRS zones on hand. We're going to be seeing some drivers getting close to being in around the 200 to 205, maybe closer to 210 on that front straightaway with the slipstream and DRS in play. But let's see who is going to be the first man to make the benchmark. It is going to be ERN Maxwell G, who is back in Tier 1 after a couple of seasons in Tier 2, found his resurgence, and let's see what he can here in Tier 1. Here we go. We're starting off with Maxwell as he has ERS deployed in 8th gear, flying down into the speed trap, around 203 into the speed trap, heavy into the braking zone of turn number 1. Now that little flick of the left and the right of turns 2 and 3, back to DRS. ERS back enabled again. ERS deploying again, hitting into the braking zone of turn number 4. Here we go into the exiting out of 4. Into the sector 1 split. It is going to be a 28-4 for Maxwell through 5, 6, and 7. Staying with the curves, trying not to invalidate. Into another heavy braking of turn 8. Now into the tricky part of turn 9 and 10. Up the hill, then a downhill into that braking zone. Lock up into turn 10 there. Exiting out. DRS again. ERS playing down as Maxwell flying down DRS zone number 2 into turn number 11 now. And there's some cars just ahead to be on the map here. Now flat out into turn 12 and into a minor zone braking zone of turn 13. Exiting out, bit of a snap over in the rear on exit. That might hurt Maxwell just a tad here, but deploys ERS again just to mitigate some of the time loss into the final braking zone of turn 14 and 15. Flying down to the line and getting his benchmark time onto the board, and it is a 28.4. That is Maxwell's benchmark for his time. Let's move on to Skiller, who has moved from the Ferrari to the Mercedes for season 14. Looking to stamp his name back in here. Across the line he comes, and he'll go way ahead of Max, so 1.4 seconds ahead with a 27.0. Cam just coming back on an interlap, having a little bit of fun. Let's move on to Raphael here in the Ferrari, who has probably one of the strangest and most unique, silly names that we've ever seen. With the end of it being a recently new viral trend. I mean, I'm old as fuck, so I probably didn't get it at first, but I'm old as fuck. What do you expect? But here we go. Here comes Raphael heading to the last couple of corners. Alex Norris putting it into the 27s with a 27.6. Fusion, Beatnik, Goatley did their laps. They're probably on interlaps. Here comes Raphael across the line, and he's about 4/10 back from Skiller with a 27.4 on his part. Let's take a look and see who else is on, well, laps that are not on inters and stuff. Well, we got Reese on inters. I saw Toad Penguin on inters. Alan J right behind SV. They are on normal tires. So let's see what they got in this regard. Let's ride on. Well, I was gonna say ride on with SV, but he just invalidated. And same with Alan J as well. Both in that braking zone before turn 11. So they probably got a little too greedy with that curb. And Florian did make it back, so that is good. Glad to see Florian back in as well. So, looks like Jack, while we were talking about that, Jack's at his time just a little bit ago. He's actually the slowest on the track right now with a 29.3 for him in that Sauber. Now, Jack is in Tier 2. He's filling in here tonight. Now, funny thing with the Sauber team, they have a lot of work to do in regards to this season. I mean, the season finale, 3 weeks ago at Abu Dhabi. When they came into the event, Sauber had no points. And it was going to be, and if they didn't score points that night, it was going to be the first time ever in Tier 1 that a team did not score points in Tier 1. I mean, the lowest record was a single point by Sauber several seasons ago. But then Alex Norris, who's in the Aston, put on 6 points. A 7th place finish in the Sauber to muscle that Sauber team out of obscurity and getting points and not being, well, in a sense, a bit of a laughing stock. But I believe over the course of RPL, we've seen teams go scoreless during a season. But I'm probably going to need to consult my walking, talking encyclopedia, that is Ryan Searles, to give me that information on teams that in Tier 2, Tier 3, and F2 that never score points, ever. But let's ride on with Cookie as he makes his way through turn 11, heading towards turn 12. He is the defending champion in RPL last season. Won the championship back in Coda last season. And now here we go, heading to. Oh wait, no, he got the championship in. The McLaren got it in Coda. He got it the week later in Mexico. But anyways, Cookie coming across the line, and he's 13 thousandths behind Skither in that Merc. Interesting stuff. Here comes TV now across the line to wrap up his time. He goes up to 6th fastest right behind Maxwell. Maxwell in P5 at this moment. But bear in mind, those in 8th to 12th, they were on interlaps. Now, TB making his return back to Tier 1. His last outing was Silverstone last season. I mean, after a bit of a clustered mess that he had during that race, he decided to take some time away, go on a hiatus, but here he is, almost pretty much roughly 4 months later, back at it with us. Oh wait, no, not 4 months later, about 3 months. I'm sorry, but good to have you back, TB. Looks like Andrea just made a mistake on his part. Edvin just went the 4th fastest with a 27.4. He's about 16 thousandths behind Raphael, those two former teammates. Let's take a look at some other drivers getting some laps on. Let's see, Reese is on an out lap. Willow's about to approach turn 9. SV's right behind him in turn 8. Gecko is in turn 4 right now. But we're on with Florian. Was in the first couple races last season, then had to disappear because of football practice, or as the Americans call it, soccer. But he did make one appearance, 1 or 2 appearances during that season. But now he's back full time, and he comes across, and he's got a 27.9 in that Williams. He's about half a second clear of his teammate Maxwell, and just sneaking ahead of him is Cam in that Ferrari, and Willow follows it up with a 27.3. So we got basically nearly half a second separating the top 5 right now. Alright, so it looks like we have Reese, Gecko. Where's Gecko? There he is. About to cross the line. He had a really scuffed lap, so he's going to be trying again. Reese coming out of 13. And make his way to get his time lap onto the board. And here we go. Comes Reese, across the line he goes. He goes 8th fastest with a 27.9. So 27.9 for Reese. That puts him 8th fastest. He's about 200ths clear of Lero Fusion. Lero Fusion, who's in the V car down in P9, is the recent Tier 2 champion. Beatnik right behind him in 10th. So, unique little group here as it sits. Florian, Skither, Alex Norris, and Raphael have done enough. They feel they have done enough to make it into Q number 2. I mean, Skither's case, absolutely. He's definitely got it. Raphael, more than definite, he's got it too. Alex Norris and Florian definitely have it on hand as well. Looks like SV is having a bit of an issue on his part. Gecko just got a better lap. He went up to 7th fastest with a 27.6, almost a 27.7 on his part. Edvin's called it too, so we got looks like we have 5 of the top 8 out, and they have done enough to make it through into Q number 2. About 5 minutes left in Q number 1. So those that are unfamiliar with how F1 works, Twin Penguin goes up to 14th. TB down to 16th with a 28.8. Goat Lee with a 28.9. Currently the slowest right now. Andrea just going into turn number 4 now. But yeah, for those that are unfamiliar with how Formula 1 works, we have full qualifying Q1, Q2, and Q3. After Q1, the bottom 5, which is 16th to 20th, they will be eliminated and will no longer participate in qualifying. Then we go into Q2, where after 15 minutes, the bottom 5, which is 11th through 15th, will be eliminated. And then into Q3, by the end of 12 minutes, the top 10 will battle it out to see who will claim pole position. The track Evo is gonna be crazy, says Skither. Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Let's see what we got from these drivers here. And let's take a look as we move on, as Andrea just going into the final corner to get himself onto the board. He's one of 3 drivers yet to get a time on the board, and he's 8th fastest with a 27.7 to his repertoire. So only 2 drivers yet to get a lap in. So right now it is SV and Alan J. Actually, Alan J has yet to even come out onto the track. So SV, well, I hate to say it, dude, but I hope you got more than enough fuel on you, because looks like he just did a thing where he not only invalidated the previous lap he was just in, but he's invalidated the current lap he's on right now. Looks like Alan is going to be making his way out onto the track. So currently right now, here's what we have. So Alan J is out onto the track. Goatley's in turn 10. TB is in the pits. Same with Jack. So we have, so those are your 5 that are looking to be knocked out, as we're under 3 minutes left in Q1. A couple guys that are on the cusp right now. We have Cam in the Ferrari, and also we have Torn Penguin also on the cusp as well. So looks like Cam is still on his time lap. So he was about a 10th up in Sector 1. Let's see what he's got in Sector 2. There's a couple cars ahead of him. So he's got Andrea and SV on the track currently. SV might want to get out of the way for him. Little evilness out of Cam's car there. But here we go into the final corners here, 14 and 15. To wrap up his time here. And let's see, Cam currently 14th, love to get himself out of that bottom, out of the cusp for that bottom, and he's still in 14th. So he went up by a couple of tenths, but he's still down in 14th and at risk. Imagine the shock to kick off season 14 and if we lose a Ferrari in Q1. And SV is definitely not he's definitely not doing anything right, because he's confirmed out. He is invalidate. He's done 6 laps, and he's invalidated every single one of them. So, SV has gotten himself the Ding Award for a lot of laps invalidated. I think this is going to be a bad one, but I think SV probably has the record for the most invalidated laps in a single session. Let me just check. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god! 10 invalidations! Jesus Christ, SV! What is wrong with you, bro? Okay. Well, enough making fun of SV right there, but here we go. As Alan comes across, he is out. He misses out. Jack is currently improving by about a 10.5. Where is this TB? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, TB would love to get himself out of there. He's up by a quarter of a second. Now this is going to put... Oh, never mind. He's out. That's gotta suck. Now what would his time been if it was legitimate? That's what I'm curious about. Beatnik moving up to 11th. Here comes TB. Cross is a 29-2, so he really backed off. So we don't know what he would have had. In regards to his time there. Now, Goatley wasn't showing an improvement. Jack is showing improvement, so he could go ahead of Alan J here. But I think Torn Penguin is going to be safe. And, yes. So, Torn Penguin is safe as Jack is 16th. But, that spread is just... It's just wild. Let's just take a look here. So, Skither's on top along with Cookie and Willow. But 1 second from 1st to 13th, and then 1.8 seconds separates 1st to the last driver, which is Goat Lee. And look at this. 8th to 19th is 1.1 seconds. That is really, really close. Wait, LJ had a quali ban? Oh no, it was SV. SV had a quali ban, okay. That's why it was invalidating so freaking much. Well, despite that, you still got, I think you still got the record to go 9 laps with all invalidations. So, I mean, I think that's the record. So anyways, as you noted, as you saw, so for the Q1 group that was knocked out, we lost both Saubers, we lost both Haas's, and we lost the V-Carb of TB. So, yeah, so we lost SV and Jack from the Sauber, we lost Alan J and Goat Lee in the Haas, and then we lost TB in that V-Carb. So, let's see what we got for our group for Q2. Everybody's clumped together. And it looks like Skither is gonna be our benchmark guy. We had Maxwell for Q1, so let's go with the guy that was fastest in Q1 for his stint in Q2. So off we go with Skither. Working his way down, gets the overtake engaged as he works his way into the lap. Ends it straight away here, gets the 202 into the speed trap, into the braking zone turns 1, and then 2 and 3 here. Keeping it pretty close, almost invalidated out of turn 2, but kept it in the lines. Now into 4. Ooh, really nasty snap. He had a bit of a Tokyo Drift moment in turn 4. Through 5, 6, and 7. And there's a Red Bull moving out of the way. That was Edmund having to cut turn 8 to avoid not getting in the way of these guys. But through 9 and 10 goes Skither. There's Fusion right on his tail. And interesting little line of cars here. Now into 11. Exiting out of 11 into 12. Flat out, like Maxwell's done. Still flat out here. So about 160 through that corner. Into the braking zone at turn 13. And roaring out. And getting back through the gears to 8th gear. To around 189 miles an hour before the final braking zone of 14 and 15. Exiting out, staying within the lines and the best line. Across the line he goes. Skither's benchmark is at 27.323. And let's see how everybody else responds to it. We got Willow with a 27.5, Alex Norris with a 27.7, Tom Penguin 28.8, Gecko with a 28.2. Looks like we had a couple. Maybe a couple that might have... Well, we got Beatnik across. Florian got his lap in. Evan getting his in. Oh, no, he's just starting his. I'm sorry. Crookie's got lag spikes. And it looks like he backed off from that incident there. Looks like Maxwell had a really hard lap. So he's going to try again. A little later on. But yeah, Cookie... Oh, we just lost Cam! Oh. And we lost Skither? Yeah, we lost Cam and Skither at the same time. We just saw Cookie had a very nasty lag spike, and then Skither and Cam both got bumped out. Okay, well, that's fine, those two, Skither and Cam. There's Cam and Skither. There you go. Got you both back. Anyways, here we go. Here goes Evan across the line. He goes 5th fastest with a 27.9 on his part. Raphael with a 27.6. 27.7 for Alex Norris. Cookie's retrying his lap. No, maybe not. He's backed off. Yeah, he's backed off. He's going to be doing another run later, I guess. Still managed a 27.3 on use. He got launched at the curb. Yep, I figured that's what it was one of the curbs bit him in the ass. We're on with Reese as he heads to the final corner. Cam has returned back to the session, so he'll have another go ahead. Here comes Reese across the line, and it's 5th fastest with a 27.993. That's just slightly ahead of Edvin, but I believe Edvin's time was likely on used tires. His Q1 tires, probably. Alright, so we got two drivers yet to get a lap set up. We have Cam and Andrea. Andrea is coming out onto the track as we speak. As I'll have to ask on that regard. I'll have to ask in that regard. Skither was just asking if I caught any of it. Well, we were on board with you, buddy, so we saw it. Well, here comes Cookie across the line. He goes 4th fastest with a 27.7. And I believe, probably like Skither, he was probably on used tires. But let's go to... Well, we have Andrea going to turn 11 right now. He's on his out lap, but we will see what's going to happen on this regard. I mean, we know it's Bahrain. Bahrain's going to be dry all the way around. We know that. Let's take a look at Fusion. He's improving his time right now, about 2/10 up. Currently in 11th right now, with 6.5 minutes to go. A bit of a lockup in turn 8. Hopefully that doesn't screw him up a little. Now into turn 9 and 10, we're gonna see a bit of a lockup here. Yep, there's a bit of the smoke right there. Now into the DRS zone. There's the Williams. There's the Williams and a McLaren ahead. That is probably, well, we know the Williams is Florian, but the McLaren ahead, I'm gonna safely say that's probably Willow down that front straight, heading towards the front straight right now. And here we go. So here comes Fusion to come across the line. And let's see what he's got on hand. And he goes 5th fastest with another driver in a 27.7. So Cookie has... Oh, hi Gecko. 27.1 for you, dude. Nice. Oh, 27.1, I'm sorry. I said 21.7. Oops. But yeah, so Cookie, Fusion, and Alex Norris, 24 thousandths of a second separates those 3 drivers. But now we move to Willow as he heads to the second sector split, and very nice upgrade there, just about half a second up. We could see a 27.0 here coming up. And maybe he's really lucky. We might see a 26 coming in here. Andrea fires the first shot with a 27.0. And, oh! Willow just gets him by 11 thousandths of a second. Wowee. Nice. This is some good action. Alright, so it looks like Beatnik just improved his time, but not by much at all. But here comes Florian. He'll come across the line. He's currently in 13th. He flings his way up in the 5th. 27.4. I think it's like Florian never left, in a way. But how strong he is. Okay, so Edvin is currently in the bottom 5 right now with a 27.996. But along in that bottom 5, we have Beatnik, Maxwell, Torn Penguin, and Cam, who is yet to get back. Well, Cam is actually back. He's just yet to get back out onto the track and get a time in. I just missed on how... Okay, there we go. Thank you. 4/10 of a second up for Edvin. So this is going to put him into the 27.5 right now. So he's going to be definitely out of the bottom 5 right now. But how much further will he go up? Will he challenge with his teammate Andrea and Willow? Can he go for it? Let's go into the last bit here. So Andrea's, he believes he's done more than enough to get through, and I reckon so. 7/10 up for Edvin. It's going to put him right in the 4th place right now. He could have a shot to go for 3rd here into the final braking zone here. Just has to get the momentum just right, and on the ERS, on the power, flying down, and it is 4th fastest, a 27.151. 1/100th of a second behind Gecko. But still, not even a 10th and a half separates the top 4. And the top 11 are still has under a second beneath them. Move to Maxwell, up by half a second. This can put him just ahead of Reese, but only in 11th right now. I mean, Skither pointed out, this track Evo is whack. Here comes Maxwell. He's 7th, but will he keep it? Alex Norris getting on to his final run. Torn Penguin on his final run. Cookie in 9th right now. How much time's left? Whoever's just parked there, please move so I can see how much time's left. 1:10. So, Cam, where are you? Where are you, dude? Cookie goes fast. Holy shit! 26.5. Holy crap, Cookie. Well, there's Cam, so he will make it to the line in time. But he's just gotta hope no invalidation or he's screwed. Cryptic's joined as our spectator. But here we go. This is pretty much for everything right now. Who will be going through? Who's going to be knocked out? Well, it's not going to be Raphael. Oh, Cam's invalidated, and he Mazepined himself. So Cam is out. Raphael into Q3. Who will be joining Cam out of Q2? Torn Penguin is going to be one of those people. He's out. Alex Norris invalidated. He's out. And he would have made it out of Q2 if he did not invalidate. Looks like Alan J left. I don't know if Skither has returned yet. Let's see what we got. So, there's the Alpines. So, we lost the Ferrari. Both Aston Martins are out. So now, Maxwell has to just hope he can get through into Q3. Fusion just put himself in a P9. So, let's see. Half a second. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to get close between the Alpines and Maxwell. A Merck Academy driver or two is going out. Beatnik misses by 200ths, and Reese gets through. So Reese is through into Q3. Maxwell is out. So here's what we have. So out of Q2, we say goodbye to Maxwell, Beatnik, Alex Norris, Torn Penguin, and Cam. And your top 10 going through. Here's what we got. We have Cookie, Willow, Andrea, Raphael, Gecko, Edvin, Skither, Reese, Florian, and Fusion. You know, Cookie, if you wanted to challenge yourself, since you are the top guy right now by half a second, if you want to challenge yourself, maybe just like in season 11, you could do what Leo did. I mean, Cookie wasn't the fastest in Q1 like Leo was in season 11, but the two were fastest in Q2 by nearly half a second. But then in Q3, Leo, who is going to be the one to possibly look for pole position, invalidated and had to start 10th. I wonder if Cookie will want to do the same thing. Maybe just start 10th and see what you do. Alright. Oh, we got 11 people watching, and yes, we got 11 people watching, so the question is, place your bets, people. Who do you think's gonna be, who do you think's gonna be the pole position? Who do you think will be the top 3? Well, I am gonna say for my prediction, I mean, Cookie is gonna get the pole position. And I am going to be saying I think Cookie might muscle out a 26-2 for his pole time. As for who will be in the top 3 with him, I am going to say Willow and Skither will be the top 3. So let's see. So who is our benchmark? We have Maxwell. We have Maxwell for Q. We have Maxwell for Q1. We had Skither for Q2. And it looks like it's gonna be Willow for Q3 for your benchmark. Let's ride on board with the second McLaren driver. Let's see what he's got for pace and speed here. Gets to 204 at the speed trap. That's the highest we have for the onboards for the starting laps. It was 203 for Maxwell, 201 for Skither, 204 for Willow. Now, back up to 8th gear, into the braking zone of turn number 4. Exiting out. Much better exit than Skither getting chewed up by the curb. Through the left, to the left, right, left of 5, 6, and 7. Braking zone of turn 8. In the 3rd gear, back up to 6. Is he going to be in high 6? High 6 into the braking zone of turn 9 and 10. Stays in 3rd gear on the exit. Fire ups the power, down the straight, up into 8th gear, back again into turn 11. Nice and easy line exiting out. Little hiccup on the power exiting out of 11, but trying to get it through into 12 and 13 here. 5.3 is his sector 2 for that lap. Now roaring into the last couple of corners. 14 and 15 to end the lap. Trying to stay within the limits. Ooh, gets a little evil on the exit, but flies down to wrap up the lap. And it's a 26-9 for Willow. Here comes Gecko across the line. He will be a 27-0. We have Reese and Cookie right behind. And here comes Reese with a 27 devil number. And a 26-7 for Cookie. We got Raphael and Florian coming up next. Followed by one of the Red Bulls. We have 27-5 for Raphael. A 27-2 for Florian. We have Andrea about to get his time finished. And he will be a 26-8. So he'll sandwich himself between the two McLarens. Skither just starting his time lap. Fusion about to start his time lap. But who will be finishing his time lap is going to be Edvin. Out of the final corner he comes. Rocks his way down and heads into the thing. And across the line he goes. And he will be 3rd fastest. A 26-8 for Edvin. So it is McLaren. It's Red Bull being the filling in that middle sandwich between the two McLarens. And 2/10 is the separation of the top 4. So we got Fusion and Skither yet to get their laps completed. Let's go with Fusion for the time being. See what he's going on for his run into there. About 194 into that braking zone. Skither going through his part. Now let's see what Skither's got on hand as he roars his way down to the last couple corners. Oh wait, he invalidated. That's gonna suck. And it looks like he's gonna be going for the finish anyways. And he would have had pole. A 26.714. But unfortunately, he messed it up with that one. And Fusion didn't fare much better with his time. He's the slowest right now with a 28.0. So 9/10 of a second separates the top 8. We have 4 in the 26s. We have 4 in the 27s. With the 26s, as you see, Cookie is the fastest of the 26s, while Willow's the slowest of the 26s, only about 2/10 behind. Then for the 27s, you have Gecko, who is the fastest with a 27.0, and Reese with a 27 and the devil number. So about almost 6.5 tenths separates 5th through 8th. Okay, so we have a bit of breaking news here for you people. Put out about 6 minutes ago at 8:44 p.m. UK time or 3:44 Eastern Standard Time. Cam has mutually terminated his Sauber contract. So Cam is already out from his. He already wants out of the Sauber. Damn. Alright, so about 3 minutes left to go. We have a couple drivers back out onto the circuit. We have Cookie, Raphael, and Skither back out onto the track to work on improving their times. Cookie had a 26.750. He was a 26.555 at the end of the first. At the end of Q2. Now, what was the pole? What was the pole time here at this track last season? Huh. Well, we definitely beat that time. We're definitely way faster than that. So, the fastest lap done in... Oh, wait, this was short qualifying. So I actually can't use this as a reference. But the pole time last season, because it was short qualifying, was a 27.061 by Power Radidia. But then again, that was short qualifying. This is full qualifying. So technically he doesn't count. I'm just seeing Beatnik's comment. Cookie P1, P2, and P3. That's funny. Anyway, well, we're here. We're on with Cookie as he's getting to the Sector 2 split, and so almost a tenth and a half up in Sector 2. So he's going to be getting himself into the low 26.6s. And there's Willow right behind, so I think Cookie's going to be giving Willow... I think Willow might get a phenomenal slipstream in the first DRS zone, possibly. But Cookie... Ooh, 26.3 for his run. And actually, Willow just flinched out of the way. Out of the way there. Anyway, so... Where is... Well, Andrea just is on his time lap. Here comes Raphael. He's only 5th fastest. Skither just about to cross the line now. And he goes 2nd. So, Skither misses out by 1/10 of a second to Cookie. But now, this bears the tricky question. What is going to happen? Can anybody challenge for pole position? Fusion currently at turn 13 on the final straight before the main straight. Same with Gecko. Reese is there too. We're on with Willow. And Willow 0.27 up. So he's going to be at a 26.7 dead, which is going to be 3rd fastest right now. Fusion there. Gecko up in the 3rd. Reese 8th. So Fusion will be starting in 10th place. Here comes Willow. He's 3rd now. Now, let's see. Let's go to Andrea invalidated, so he is done and dead. And it looks like Edvin has decided to say his hellos to his former teammate. So Cookie will secure pole over Skither and Willow, but only by 0.17. And that will end qualifying. Man, oh man. All right. So we're loaded up, ready to go for the race here. So let's go over the grid for right now for those that missed out for qualifying. So Cookie is on pole, and he's going to be joined with Skither on the front row. We have Willow and Gecko. They'll be making up row number 2. It is a Red Bull row 3 with Andrea and Edvin. Then we have Raphael in 7th with Reese in 8th. Then we have Florian and Fusion making up row number 5. Row 6 is going to be Maxwell and Beatnik. These two just missing out on a chance in Q3. Alex Norris and Torn Penguin, the Aston Martins, making up row 7. Row 8, we have Cam, who invalidated his final push and was out of it. He's got Jack alongside him in 16th. Then we have Alan J and TB in row number 9. And then last but not least, we have Goatley and SV making up the back of the grid. So here we go, the 5 lights to kick off Season 14. It's lights out and away we go. Good reaction from Cookie as he's covering with Skither as they head side by side, heading to turn number 1, blocking off his teammate Willow. Skither down the inside, trying to get the edge over Cookie. He does so. Gecko trying to slingshot his way too. No, the McLarens almost come close to contact between Willow and Cookie. That would have been awful. That happened. Meanwhile, back in the back of the field, we have battles between Fusion and Reese. Almost 3 wide. Oh, Cam almost getting caught up with Beatnik. In there, we have Edmund battling with Florian for the 7th place position. We have more contact in trouble. We have Torn Penguin around and Jack falling down the order. Same with Cam as well. Goatley involved in a moment of mishaps too. Ooh, dummy switch between Cam and Florian. Florian gets the advantage, but Raphael goes a little off the track, losing positions here because of that. That was a bit of a mess right there. Raphael falling down to the 9th place spot with a little contact between two. Skither gets the lead over on Cookie right now. Alex Norris getting past Maxwell for the 11th place position, and a little further ahead there's Edvin trying to break a little bit of ways from Florian right there. But the first lap is coming to an end here. It is Cookie over. It is Skither over Cookie, but Cookie making a move on the inside, going for the move and go for the lead. He does so. Ahead goes Cookie. The first lap, it was Skither, Cookie, Gecko. Ooh, we have an issue there in the background. We saw TB going wide and some jumbling around between Jack and the Haas's. Yeah, the initial top 10 before the switchover was Skither, Cookie, Gecko, Willow, Andrea, Edvin, Florian, Reese, Raphael, and Fusion is the top 10. So let's take a look at the tires that everybody is going to be dealing with. As see a nice little move from Alex Norris to get by Fusion to get himself into the points. Almost wheel-to-wheel contact between the two, but Alex Norris keeps his momentum going. Here's Fusion up his butt, trying to psych him out, but nothing out of that regard. So Torn Penguin, TB, Alan J, SV, Maxwell, Raphael, and Edvin are on the hard compound tires. Everybody else is using the medium compound tires. Well, speaking of Edvin, by the way, Edvin just lost tabs to the front 5, so he's going to be vulnerable to an attack from Florian right behind. But let's see, is Skither looking for a move possibly to go for the lead? He doesn't go for it, but a guy that does make a move is Florian. He slingshots past Edvin, and up into P6 goes Florian. Nothing going out from this front 2 here, but let's go a little further back to Maxwell, as looks like Cam was looking to eye up SV for the 14th place position. Now, Cam did not have a really great start. He started in 15th. He's still in 15th currently. Tried to gain a couple of spots, but then had some mishaps. There he is, just going wide, had to turn 7. Oh, he's hurting just a tiny bit. Right on board with Alex Norris, currently sitting in the 10th place position. There is Raphael right ahead of him. About 2/10 back, about 4/10 back, but not close enough to warrant any form of attack. Now currently Florian, by the way, 2 seconds off of Andrea, so Florian is not gaining any ground to Andrea up ahead. But Edvin, he is actually pulling away from Edvin just about. It's about 8/10 ahead before they get to the final corners, and I think this might give Florian a bit of an edge over on here, so he may not be able to be at risk of any challenges here. Let's see. Cookie's still not close. Not Cookie. It's not close enough. But down the inside goes Reese up against Edvin. Edvin trying to fight back here, and trying. Ooh, almost a scrape between the two. But Reese is not over with yet. He's trying to fight back, but backs off. Lets him go. Cam, by the way, up to 14th. Jack and the Haas's and the Saubers switch their positions. Jack up in the 15th and Goalie in the 17th. So Edvin holds off Reese for that challenge for the 7th place spot. I mean, Reese was trying his best into turn 1, but Edvin got a better exit on that out of there and had better momentum out of turn 2. Now, currently, Florian 2.5 seconds behind Andrea, so I think the front 5 have definitely taken off and are in a race of their own. Meanwhile, trying to stay within grasp is Edvin. He is losing tabs to Florian right now. He was almost at a DRS at one point, and he stays within the DRS, but at the cost of Edvin using, just pretty much burning his ERS availability. Ugh. No movements from the front 5. Nothing going on as of yet from this group over here. We do have one move, though, between Academy teammates. Beatnik down the inside of Maxwell, and up and ahead into 12th goes Beatnik. But I think Maxwell's trying to challenge back for the 12th, to get himself back in the 12th right now. A little solid stuff there, and he does get ahead. Meanwhile, Torn Penguin having to deal with both houses. Whoa, contact between Torn Penguin and Goat Lee in the braking zone. From what it looked like Goat Lee was moving towards the right under braking, and Torn Penguin got into the back of him, which resulted in that little kerfuffle. Right on board with Gecko right now, and let's see what he's right behind with his teammates. So basically right now it's the Mercedes Academy has the podium locked down with Cookie on top ahead of Skither and Gecko. Willow right behind in that 4th place spot. And here we go, down the line we go. Nothing coming out as of yet, but I think we may see a potential move for the 9th place position if Alex Norris is willing to pull the trigger. But Reese was trying to pull the trigger again on Edvin, but just couldn't get the momentum needed to make that move attack stick. Reese not close enough at this present moment, just can't seem to get it done. Meanwhile, further back, as Goat Lee enters the penalty box for the first time. TB in a mess with SV and Alan J. Alan J trying to make the move there. Here goes oh, Jesus! SV, what was that, my man? Just pure desperation in that braking to keep Alan off, and it got TB screwed. Poor TB. I mean, his first race back, and he got screwed up by a Tier 2 guy. Well, speaking of positions, let's take a look at our positions gained and lost right now. So currently, the biggest movers right now is a tie between Florian and Alex Norris, gaining 3 positions from the beginning. And there are 5 drivers currently tied for the biggest losers with 2 positions lost. Raphael, Maxwell, Torn Penguin, TBE. Oh no, 4, I'm sorry. Just 4 drivers tied for the biggest losers right now. Let's see. Here goes Raphael on the move against Reese on the inside. And they're side by side. They had to turn number 2. This is the same thing that happened between Edvin and Reese. But Raphael not phased in the slightest. He gets the execution done. And into 8th goes SV. SSV. He's just really getting himself monkeyed over here. What in the world is SV even doing? I mean, he just got a 10-second track limit penalty. What is this clown even doing? I mean, we also saw Alan J go extremely wide in turn 1. Okay. I just got no words on that one. I mean, I'm just a little bit baffled seeing what behavior SV was doing right there. But anyways, let's go to the front, because I think Willow is looking to eyeball Gecko to get himself into 3rd here. And here he goes down the line on the inside, and ahead he goes. Up to 3rd goes Willow. And looks like, oh, hi Florian, nice move on Edvin there on the inside. And ahead in the 6th he goes. But will Edvin retaliate here? And Florian scouts it out and gets the block in. He's in and done. And speaking of done, we just had our first retirement with Alan J. He's out. Alan J, our first retirement in the pits. And now Willow up in 3rd right now. And now the Mercedes pairs of McLaren and Merc, they have a buffer now. Courtesy because Andrea is 2 seconds behind. I'm thinking maybe Andrea's mediums have fallen off. Starting to fall off on him. Speaking of falling off, Cam just lost 14th to Jack. If I read it right, is SV already at 22 seconds of penalties? Oh, he's at 19. Okay. Interesting. Oh, hello! Raphael went wide! You make a mistake in that final braking zone. Well, Edvin trying to going a long way around dealing with Florian. And a lockup from Florian catches Edvin off guard, and Florian keeps the 6th place position. This is some solid stuff here. And ooh, Raphael into the penalty box. And TB has made a mishap out of turn 3. Seeing that yellow flag popping up on the map. And now Gecko is out of DRS range to Willow. Ooh. So Andrea might be in trouble with his tire wear. I'm thinking maybe Gecko might be feeling the effects too, or he's recharging his battery. But wowee, we're on board with Raphael, as there's Edvin right ahead, trying his damnedest to really mess with Florian here. Let's see what happens here into this braking zone. Much better for Raphael this time around. little understeery right there. And looks like we got Florian into the pits. Florian, the first driver to make his move to pit. And he's not alone. Beatnik is in too. Same with Cam and Jack, but Cam speeds in the pits. That's really going to hurt him. And Florian is opting for a two-stop strategy. He started on the mediums. He's gone to a fresh set of mediums. So it looks like a couple guys are going to be going with a two-stop strat, while some others are going with a one-stop strat. It just all depends on what your tire wear is going to be like. Oh, excuse me. So, with Florian in right now, and we know he's on a two-stop, will this mean that we're going to see... Because right now, Edvin and Raphael are on the hard compound tires. Will this mean that guys like Reese, Alex, and Fusion, will they be responding to Florian? Or will anybody in the top 5 decide to react? Well, Cookie has opted to react. And same with Andrea. So Cookie, Andrea, and Reese respond. And looks like TB has had a spin on the exit of turn number 12. Oh no, turn 11, I'm sorry. Let's see. Cookie comes out. He is in the 8th place position. Andrea is going to come out right ahead of Florian in 10th. Well, Florian has better grip and better momentum. He gets ahead of Andrea in the 10th place. So, the question is with Andrea, as Torn Penguin just gets himself into the penalty box. Now with Andrea and Cookie, can they go roughly 20 laps on those tires? And TB has called it. He's out too. So, with Cookie in for a stop, I would say Skither and Willow are probably going to answer and come in shortly. And yes, they will. Skither and Willow are in. So that means Gecko will inherit the lead for lap 12. Goat Lee into the penalty box. Beatnik gets ahead of SV in 13th. Alex Norris is in. And there's Cookie. Down the line he goes. And will be ahead of Skither and Willow. Now, where did those guys put themselves on? Both on the hard compound tires, just like Cookie. Alex Norris also on the hards as well. So, interesting stuff. So, let's take a look. As we have an issue. That's SV in turn 1. He's just... I don't know what he's doing. Just goofing off, I think. Anyway, so looking at those that have already done their stops, we have 6 drivers yet to do their first stop. We have Gecko, Maxwell, Edvin, Raphael, Torn Penguin as Andrea just tried to get past Florian for the 9th place spot, but Florian held him off. And SV. Now, Gecko should be coming in now. Yep, he is. So looks like Edvin, Raphael, and Maxwell are going to be staying out as SV has spun again on the early part of DRS zone number 2. Florian trying to weasel his way past the Torn Penguin. Torn Penguin trying to help his buddy Andrea here, but let's see what happens here. Looking at the rear camera of Florian as Andrea makes the slingshot from far away and gets the move done, but will it stick as Florian's trying to fight back here? Ooh, little bump and a bump. Having a little bit of displeasure. But Andrea gets the 8th place position back from Florian. Wow. So it looks like Gecko is going to be behind Willow by about 4.2 seconds. And he has gone on to the medium tires as well. So Gecko is on a 2-stopper as well. Now, we'll have to wait and see what is going to be going on with Edvin and Raphael, as well as Maxwell. They are both on the hard compound tires. They have yet to come in. But let's see what we got. Let's take a look at these two right now, as Raphael is in DRS of Edvin right now. Gap between Edvin and Cookie right now is about 6.2 seconds, as Fusion finds herself into the penalty box this time. CTB, constant screen freezes, straight line by SV, just an actual awful experience. Oh. Poor TB. TB being screwed over by mechanical problems as Skither gets past Maxwell. And there's Willow right behind as well. Hopefully, Maxwell will move out of the way, let his teammate through. Well, there's a switchback by Willow, and ahead he goes. Oof. That was pretty damn close. Goatley is in, he's retired, he's out. So that's our 3rd retirement of the event. Looks like Florian got ahead of Andrea again. We missed that. So I do apologize for missing that battle. I got an echo, don't I? Okay, Goatley said he got rear wing damage, so he'll have the picture showed up. So he should be excused from that regard. But what's not going to be excused here is Willow on the back end of Skither, going on to the inside on the attack, and ahead he goes into net P2 is Willow. So Willow into 2nd place, but can he maintain it going into turn 4? Will Skither look for another attack to get the position back? Answer is no, but let's go back to Florian and Andrea. Back at it again. Andrea gets the attack in turn number 1. We saw it in the background with Willow and Skither. But looks like Florian will not make that attack again to get it done. Meanwhile, Gecko gets past Maxwell out of turn 8 to get himself into 6th place. That is net P4 for Gecko. So it looks like Edvin and Raphael have gone 14 laps on the hard compound tires. Meanwhile, Cookie is closing in on them. Now, looks like we'll have to wait and see what's going to be happening here in regards to the setups. Looks like SV had an issue in turn 7. Skither not close enough for the attack, but Florian is at it again, going up against Andrea, and into 8th place again he goes, as SV yet again has had an issue in turn 8. And Florian will keep the position away ahead of Andrea. Jack just getting past Cam for the 15th position. Cam trying to fight back. Cam is just not having a great day at all. He invalidated right at the end of Q2. Couldn't get it done. Then he got his Sauber contract terminated. I think he's just not having fun. He's just not having a fun day at all. I feel sorry for him. I just noticed that Cookie's coming up on Raphael right now. As the spinning SV. He's now gone lapped. There goes Cookie. We're right on board with him. Beatnik getting clear of Torn Penguin in turn 11. But there's the move. And ahead in the second goes Cookie over Raphael. Ow. Meanwhile, Skither close and closing in on Willow. For the position, just can't seem to get it done. Maxwell has gone in. He's getting off of those hards. So he'll be going on to a fresh set of mediums. And I believe he should be good for the rest of this race. I don't even know what in the world SV is even doing. But I digress. Let's move to the front of the field. The net lead is on hand. Edvin and Cookie. The battle ahead for the lead. Inside goes Cookie and makes it easy. Into the lead goes Cookie over Edvin. And let's take a look. So, time loss here is about 21, 22 seconds. So, Edvin pits right now. He'll come out between Beatnik and Torn Penguin in 11th. Raphael will come out behind Fusion in 13th. That's if they pit right now. Edvin is still staying out. Same with Raphael. He's staying out. Here comes Willow with no ERS available. He's burned all of his ERS out. And Florian has gone in for a second stop. Oh, contact between Willow and Raphael. What the hell happened? Willow was right behind Raphael, and then... Oh my god. I think maybe Willow got a little too quick and got into the back of Raphael, and then that mishap happened. Oh boy. Well, I think Willow might be in trouble at the end of this one, but what would have been net P2 is now an uncertainty of if he's keeping fourth or not. Andrea getting past Raphael for the sixth place position, but it'll be net P5 once Edvin goes into the pits. So, let's see. Is Edvin going in yet? Oh, he's still staying out. But Gecko is in for a second stop. So, Gecko in for a second stop. Raphael in to get off of his hards. 18 laps on those hard tires. We'll take a look at the map and see where these guys will come out. Gecko is going to be right behind Fusion in 10th, while Raphael will come out behind Florian in 14th. So let's see. So if Edvin makes his stop now, he will be just ahead of Fusion in 9th place. That's where Edvin will be if he pits this lap. So, Edvin with Skither. We're on board with Skither as he chases down into the fight. Now, let's see what we got here. So, tire wear right now. 8 laps for Cookie, so I think he should be safe to make it to the end at this moment as Skither follows in there, but Edvin is in and comes off of those hard tires. So, Skither in net P2. Willow is currently in 3rd, but after that incident with Raphael, I think Willow is going to be will be losing that podium to Andrea. But how much further will he fall? I mean, I think maybe Willow may fall to 5th if he's given a 10-second penalty for that incident with Raphael. Cam just went into the pits and he sped again. So that's 2 straight speeding penalties for Cam. I mean, his day just went from bad to even worse. Speaking of which, Edvin, as I predicted, came out in 9th place, behind Gecko and ahead of Fusion. And this is technically the closest fight right now. I did share the tires a little bit ago, Will, but there it is right now. So currently the oldest set right now is Beatnik with 10-lap-old hard tires. The top 6 on 8 and 9-lap-old hards. Edvin and Raphael, they start on the hards. They are on the mediums now. And they have some good work ahead of them to make this work happen. Speaking of Beatnik being on those old hards, he's vulnerable to Gecko and Edvin. They are close behind on him. We are on board with Edvin. And let's see, DRS on hand for both Gecko and Beatnik. Gecko makes the move on the inside. Clear in the 7th. Edvin following right behind. Might attempt a 2-for-1 special. Switchback contact. Bit of a switchback. Oh, not close enough for Edvin and Gecko here, but he's going to try again. Raphael passing Maxwell for the 12th place position, and Edvin up in a 7th and gets the move done. But Gecko thought about sticking the nose in, trying to fight back, but can't get the move sticking. And speaking of making moves, Raphael trying to fight with Florian for the 11th place position right now. Contact, little bump in the back. Gecko losing tabs with Edvin right now. I mean, Edvin's on very fresh medium tires. Well, Raphael looking to try to recover after that mishap incident with Willow, which I think is gonna result in Willow getting a bit of a bad penalty here. But as it sits right now, even if it's a 10-second penalty, Willow is over 10 seconds clear of Reese right now. So, oh, never mind. Into the penalty box from turn 2 is Willow. So now Willow needs to get an additional 2.5 seconds over Reese if he wants to keep 4th. Let's move a little further up. We have Edvin now chasing there. There's Florian and Raphael again in the background. Trying again. Let's switch over back to these boys. Raphael stuck with the long way around. Oh, contact between Florian and Raphael. And Florian still stays in it. And Alex Norris into the penalty box. And Alex Norris moves out of the way. Let's Edvin through in the 5th. And contact between Raphael! And Raphael and Florian, they tangle together again. And Raphael spun was facing the wrong way. Was there potential contact between Florian and Raphael? I mean, we were watching Edvin getting past Alex Norris and Alex Norris holding Gecko back like he's doing currently right now, as Alex Norris is at a DRS against Edvin, but Gecko gets past, but now might slightly be vulnerable heading into turn number 1. Doesn't have DRS available to him, so Gecko could face some vulnerability to Alex Norris perhaps, but I'm not sure. Doesn't look to be the case. But there it is. So Gecko in the 7th, Edvin in 6th. He's trying to chase Reese down for the 5th place position. It looks like Cam has... No, that's Raphael with an issue on the main straight. I think he's upset. But anyways, let's take a look at the gaps here between Willow and Reese. It is currently just about 12 seconds right now. So Willow just needs another 1.2 seconds if he wants to maintain 4th over Reese right now. But Andrea currently, and what in the world is he doing? I think Raphael's pretty pissed. I think Raphael's not happy. But so Andrea could be looking at a podium if Willow is given the penalty that I was mentioning, a possible 10-second penalty, perhaps. Right now, currently Willow is 12.7 seconds clear of Reese right now. So just a few more tenths, and Willow will look to maintain 4th place. And with 5 laps to go, anything's possible. But Willow's gotta hope with regards to Edvin too, because Edvin is looking to gain some ground here. And 5 laps left in this race. Five laps left of this race right now for Cookie. He's gonna be looking to go for another win to his repertoire. Now, I've got to look at the dock just to be sure to have it correct here. So Cookie is looking for win number 34, and he will be 2 away from getting the 2nd all-time over Skither. And by the way, Raphael is now a lap down. That just really hurts. That just really hurts, really. Because, I mean, Raphael was doing really good with those hards. Then the tangle between Willow and Raphael at a turn 2 that resulted in Raphael going off, and then later a contact between him and Florian just made even more insult and injury. But Edvin now on the back end of Reese, half a second back. And 13.6 seconds is the gap between Willow and Reese right now. 13.6 is the gap. But Edvin right on the tail of Reese right now. 4 to go now. Whoa! Nice save, Edvin. Got a little too cocky with the... Got a little bit flinchy with the brake on the curb. And then it just resulted in that mess. Cam's now a lap down. And Edvin down the inside and ahead into 5th place he goes. Now 13.4. And now is in under 13 seconds behind Willow. So Willow is looking at least 5th place to finish with the track limit penalty and an upcoming steward penalty on his end. Another driver looking at a penalty is going to be Florian right now, because Florian had that little mishap, I think, with Raphael exiting out of turn 8. Florian is in 10th, by the way. And looks like Gecko just makes the move. Oh, Florian just goes way off. Didn't want to hit Beatnik, but went way off. And Gecko gets past Reese for the 6th place position. So, 3 laps left now in this race. As Florian down the inside against Beatnik. This is for 9th, but Beatnik will get it back because of that track limit penalty. And don't forget, Florian could be looking at a penalty for his incident with Raphael exiting out of turn 8 if those two did indeed have contact. Raphael is hanging with not Raphael. Edvin is under 13 seconds of Willow right now. The gap currently 12.6 seconds, and with it would be 9.6. So, like I said, if Willow is given a 10-second penalty, Edvin will get the position by only 0.4 of a second. But now it's increasing. But Gecko, where did he come from? Penultimate lap now. Did Gecko? Yes, he did. Gecko got DRS. Where did Gecko start? Started 4th. Now he's looking for a chance to go for 5th here. Potentially, maybe 4th. Oh, never mind. Track limit penalty for you. Oh, man. But here we go. So, switch over. Fusion was behind Beatnik, but lost tabs. Gecko. No way. Nice move. Nice move in a turn 10 to try to get the position, and he does so. Gecko ahead of Edvin. Well, here we go. Cookie just kicks out the final lap. Sponsored by DHL. Here we go. Into the last couple corners. This is the battle between Edvin and Gecko. I mean, let's just ignore that Gecko had that 3-second penalty. But here we go. The battle is on hand. Edvin going, slingshotting in. Ooh, bit of contact. but Edmund gets the shot done and ahead, back into 5th place. How will Gecko respond here? The answer is, well, he can't. He doesn't have a chance here. Meanwhile, Florian, by the way, just got past Alex Norris. Beatnik battling with Fusion. Beatnik into the penalty box now. Contact. Fun times here in RPL for the opening round. Gecko might go for a final shot here. Can he make the move? Can he go for it? Answer is no. But let's give credit to this guy as he comes out of the final corner, got pole in a good way, got the lead early on and commanded it. Cookie, win number 34. He wins the season opener at Bahrain, and he's done it before as well. Happy times for him. Now Willow is unofficially in 3rd, but he will likely lose it here. But we have a bit of a drag race here. Andrea will be 4th, and nice side by side between Edvin and Gecko. But I think Andrea will be getting the 3rd place spot. Reese in 7th. Florian gets 8th. Alex Norris in 9. And Fusion will get the final point in 10th. Beatnik coming across in 11th. Maxwell, just short, is in 12th. Well, I mean, because of the uncertainty with some of the incidents that occurred, I mean, I will probably have to just say safely and just give driver today to Cookie for how he played that field and did really good. But you also have to give credit to the Red Bulls of Andrea and Raphael fighting their damnedest, and Andrea looking to get himself a podium out of this. As Cookie celebrates, together on the 2nd spot. I mean, there's Will there currently, but it may not be him at the end of this. But the celebration kicks off. Congrats to Cookie for win number 34 in his Tier 1 career. But as I said, I believe, and it looks like Alex Norris got given driver today by the game. But yeah, so let's see. Let me just get this group quickly for EXO. But yeah, so I think I might get the driver today to Cookie. I mean, some other contenders, like say you had the Red Bulls, like Andrea could be looking at a podium on his end. But also you gotta give credit to Alex Norris too for really doing solid. I mean, he started 13th. He got 9th for right now. Could be 8th, pending the reports. But we'll have to wait and see in that regard. But like I said, right now, I think it's going to be Cookie just for the safe side. But, I mean, other contenders, you got Alex Norris and Andrea as well. Let's see. Alright, so that is going to conclude the stream for tonight. But we hope you enjoyed the streams for Tier 3 and Tier 2 earlier in there.
I mean, SV was the winner in Tier 2 yesterday. I forgot to note that. I didn't get to see who was the winner in Tier 3. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for that. But yeah, so here's what we got for next week's events. So we got Zandvoort for Tier 3 next week. Then we have Japan for round 2 for Tier 2, and then we're going to be at Jeddah for Tier 1 next week. So we hope to see you next week for the races on hand. But for now, Ironwolf signing off. Good night, and we will see you next week.